Part 2 of Chapter 19 of Beren and Luthien. This will be very short because it's only a page and a half, but we ran out on my laptop, which only films for 3 hours, which is, fair enough, but just a mild interruption, slight annoyance. So we continue on with the end of this wonderful chapter, this part of the story. So Beren has been borne back on a bear and passes away with seeing Luthien one last time, and she herself falls into the dim shores of the outer sea, whence men that die set out never to return. Oh, sorry, let me just read that again. No, that's not how it was. Let me repeat that paragraph. For the spirit of Beren at her bidding tarried in the halls of Mandos, unwilling to leave the world, until Luthien came to say her last farewell upon the dim shores of the outer sea, whence men that die set out never to return. So in other words, the spirit waited for her to join her. But the spirit of Luthien fell down into darkness, and at the last it fled, and her body lay like a flower that is suddenly cut off, and lies for a while unwithered on the grass, which is where we got cut off, people. So we continue on. Then a winter, as it were the hoar age of mortal men, fell upon Thingol. But Luthien came to the halls of Mandos, where are the appointed places of the Elderlai, beyond the mansions of the west, upon the confines of the world. There those that wait sit in the shadow of their thought, but her beauty was more than their beauty, and her sorrow deeper than their sorrows. And she knelt before Mandos and sang to him. The song of Luthien before Mandos was the song most fair that ever in words was woven, and the song most sorrowful that ever the world shall hear. Unchanged, imperishable, it is sung still in Valinor, beyond the hearing of the world. And listening, the Valar are grieved. Excuse me. For Luthien wove 2 themes of words, of the sorrow of the Eldar and the grief of men, of the 2 kindreds that were made by Iluvatar to dwell in Arda, the kingdom of earth amid the innumerable stars. And as she knelt before him, her tears fell upon his feet like rain upon the stones. And Mandos was moved to pity, who never before was so moved, nor has been since. Therefore he summoned Beren, and even as Luthien had spoken in the hour of his death, they met again beyond the western sea. But Mandos had no power to withhold the spirits of men that were dead within the confines of the world after their time of waiting, nor could he change the fate of the children of Iluvatar. He went therefore to Manwë, lord of the Valar, who governed the world under the hand of Iluvatar, and Manwë sought counsel in his inmost thought, where the will of Iluvatar was revealed. These were the choices that he gave to Luthien. Because of her labours and her sorrow, she should be released from Mandos and go to Valimar, there to dwell until the world's end among the Valar, forgetting all griefs that her life had known. Thither Beren could not come, for it was not permitted to the Valar to withhold death from him, which is the gift of Iluvatar to men. Yet it's been withheld from me 16 times in this incarnation. I should be a little bit pissed off about that by now. Some days I am, but on a good day, I'm grateful and happy for longer continuance than even I could possibly have dreamed of in my psychedelic dreaming, in my web of life, choosing life against all odds in the face of evil, faithless men and their henchwomen. But this is not a fairy story. This is my real life as a mortal woman on planet Earth, and so we continue with the story, trying to stay sane in the membrane, as I have striven to do for 60 years and almost 6 months on the 12th of October. Halfway through my 61st year. If Three-Eye Atlas doomsayers are right, I won't have to worry much longer, will I? And if they're wrong, I'll be here long, long, long beyond the 29th of October. And whenever that next procedure is booked in sometime in November, on we'll go and on we'll go and on we'll go, tired and embattled and embittered at times, but still able to take succour from the sweetness of life, l'chaim, to Adonai and Shekhinah and all manifestations of the name, including my strange, very strange, demonized protectors. Well, they were determined to keep me here, people of Earth. And don't worry, it makes no sense to me either. I wanted one thing from life, one thing, and that's been denied me too. Weird, isn't it? Never mind. But the other choice was this, that she might return to Middle-earth and take with her Beren, there to dwell again, but without certitude of life or joy. What, walk the earth with sad ghosts? That's a cruel fate too. Sad, hollow ghosts. I've met them. I think I've fucked a few of them in my day. Sad but true. Wow, they were very good at pretending that they were lovely men for however long they were able to fake it till they made it. Assholes that they were. Never mind. There were very few I have some odd but happy memories of, but not many have been worthy of the heart and the loins of the Tanya. Just saying. Then she would become mortal and subject to a second death, even as he, and ere long she would leave the world for ever, and her beauty become only a memory in song. This doom she chose, forsaking the blessed realm and putting aside all claim to kinship with those that dwell there, that thus whatever grief might lie in wait, the fates of Beren and Luthien might be joined, and their paths lead together beyond the confines of the world. So it was that alone of the elder Lai she has died indeed, and left the world long ago. Yet, in her choice, the two kindreds have been joined, and she is the forerunner of many in whom the Eldar see. Yet, though all the world is changed, the likeness of Luthien, the beloved, whom they have lost. Thus concludes chapter 19 of the Silmarillion. I want you to think carefully about that. There are many metaphors for our current world, and ponder on it. I won't get close. By the goddess. Ponder on it carefully, people of Earth. True loves, honouring loves, kind loves existed even in this tale between a male, mortal male, man, and an elf. Anything is possible by the will of the gods, but we all have our destiny and our magic and our appointed time frames. Something to think about and ponder on. Like a wheel within a wheel, spinning in infinity. A Mobius wheel at that. Time and space. Slipping sideways, sometimes holding us prisoners in our mortal flesh, sometimes against our own will, sometimes for our destiny. Amen to that, brothers and sisters of Earth. Bye for now. Have a beautiful afternoon. I'm really exhausted. Going to have something else to eat. I'm still a bit peckish. Might sit outside and touch grass, as Polarity Josh likes to say. It's a worthy practice. And if the wind's died down, it's a bit late to put the birdies outside today. But, yes, touching grass might be a good thing to do. Anyway, wherever you are in the space-time continuum, whether on planet Earth or elsewhere in the cosmos receiving these messages, I hope you enjoyed that story and my own symbiotic, synchronistic collaborations. I can't think of the word. I'm so tired. But anyway, life is beautiful, and the trees are waving all their leaves in the wind and rejoicing. We should rejoice too. Survival and thrival against all the odds. That's a magic just in its own merit. So, bye for now.